We've been saying no Diddy for a couple weeks now, and it's
Exactly.
really about to be no Diddy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So all these allegations and this whole civil suit that went down with Cassie. Unfortunately, we live in a society when there have been many people who have manipulated the system, who have not told the truth, and that gives people cause to pause. They don't necessarily believe allegations, especially when it's someone famous, it's a celebrity, someone always in the public eye. We try not to believe it, but when there's irrefutable evidence, everything changes. So, video has been released, and we see Diddy doing some egregious things to Cassie, throwing punches, dragging, kicking in the elevator bank of a hotel. The cancellation process has begun. I actually just saw today that Peloton has removed all of his music from their inventory. I believe that is one of the first dominoes to fall. Partnerships are, dropping left and right. More allegations are coming out. Talk to me about the response to this, and for anyone out there who's going through a similar situation, definitely thoughts are with all of you. We hope everyone can get the help they need, they deserve, and we hope they can get out of these situations in a timely manner. These situations, first of all, shouldn't be happening in the first place, but if they are, we do hope that you can get yourself out that situation. So, Sean, talk to me about that video. Where do we stand now with this Diddy drama? We officially canceling him. I know we've done this in the past too. The Michael Jackson stuff has come up. R. Kelly, where people talk about how can we separate the art from the artist, right? Because we know they're used to giving us things to entertain us, things we can enjoy, but on the other side of the wall, behind closed doors, they're not the people who we think they are.
So there's a couple things that really disappoint me is that number one is a black man who's a billionaire who has power beyond any reach of any individual, beyond entertainment, gets caught in a situation like this and has to be held accountable. The other thing is this man has daughters. You know what I'm saying? He has women in his life that are all around him. And how does he navigate that? How do you explain that? That's something that he has to deal with on as a man and be able to sit down and have those kinds of conversations, which are difficult. I thought it was whack as hell for him to come out with an apology after the footage came out, when months before the court transcripts came out that stated that he put hands on Cassie and he was in complete and utter denial. But then he paid in the settlement to have it go away, right? I feel terrible for Cassie because she has to deal with this now every day of her life, because the civil suit wasn't enough. You had the details come out about the abuse, him paying male prostitutes to have sex with her with BBCs, which is crazy. But aside from that, the fact that this footage comes out and she has to live with this and for the rest of her life and explain this to her children and go to school and then have them show that in their mobile devices at school and have to navigate those responses. So, I mean, it's a terrible situation all around. And what's more important is, and it's not even important, a catalog of hit after hit after hit gets thrown in the trash bin because this man decided to make the decision that he's above the law, where he can abuse people and treat people however he wants to and get away with it because he has the money, he has the fixes, he has the individuals to be able to sweep that underneath the rug. And it hurts me personally because I'm a huge fan of that man's music, and I was a huge fan of his production, everything that came with the music side. But bigger than that, the people that he hurt, the people that he impacted, definitely destroyed not only his legacy but a lot of people's lives personally, because all of their laundry's out on the street, and it's not good legacy wise for him. It's not good for the victims.
To Darnell, a couple weeks ago, this was a little bit more lighthearted discussion because we were talking about his parties and, those essentially becoming a freak off. So that's where the no Diddy originated and all of that, so forth and so on. But after the release of this video, do you think Diddy's career as a hip hop and entertainment mogul is over?
Well, I think it's just one of those situations because, and I agree with Sean, like there's a reason why I don't believe Cassie wanted any of this stuff to get out, because it said it already looked, on her character and who she is as a person, it just looks bad. Nobody wants to have the dirty laundry aired out, and you're on the other side of it, on the dark side of it, so definitely for her family, prayers for them. I know her husband released a statement, just saying like, hey, any woman who's been involved in something like that, hey, reach out, you need help. I think when it comes to, I'm not going to call him Diddy no more. I'm going to call him Sean Combs, no offense, Sean.
I'm taken.
Yeah, but I got to call him Combs, like Sean Combs. Cause it's like, there's a certain level, when we were younger, when Making the Band came out, we're like, man, this guy's hilarious, man. Like, it's all this stuff. And then Chappelle made fun of him. We're like, but the outrageous element.
How far was it from the truth? Right?
How far, like, bro, that's like we got to really sit back. This dude is really crazy.
Like, even get him to the Greek. He seemed like
get him to the Greek,
he was out of his mind, bro.
He's out of his mind. And it's like, I was listening to one of the a podcast and they were talking about that time when he made that deal with MTV. I'm a savage. I gotta want it. I have it. And now it's like, in a way, we have a society in a lot of ways, which we are getting better at it. We still kind of have this boyish nature that we like people to have, but I think this is just a petulant child. Like I can't even call him an adult. Like, he's not even an adult.
But you know what? Real quick, not to steal your thunder. The crazy part was when everything happened. Yeah, I know this is a little bit off topic what you're talking about, but we all, a lot of celebrities assume that it was a cash grab. Right. Look at Slim Thug. Yeah. Slim Thug came out and said, "Oh, these women coming out afterwards after everything happened and trying to get money off a lawsuit." Yeah. And then he had to come out with an apology a couple of days ago because he was dead wrong. Yeah. So everything that is brought up in that lawsuit, given this footage that was released, you have to assume everything is 100% true.
Everything, and like, and I'm gonna just tie a bow on it right now. It's like, we got to really look at the people that he has around him, and if he, and here's the scary, he did that in a hotel. He did it outside,
knowing there's cameras.
8 years ago,
with a towel on, making sure the towel don't come off because he knows
in a
people
hallway.
can see him.
Like, no, like you are just saying, you know what? I don't care. This is all about, I'm going to make you feel not less than me, less than a human being, So he needs to, I don't know if his career can come back from this. I really don't. I just can't see it.
But Donna, I don't know what's worse, bro. The fact that it happened so long ago and now it's coming to light, or the fact that he paid for it and it's now coming out. Yeah. Like, isn't that's wild, bro?
It's wild.
8 years.
And Maneuvers, you could send us out here and wrap this up for us, but you're no stranger to the industry. A couple weeks ago, you mentioned right here on this very podcast that, there are some things you can confirm did happen, just with knowledge of the industry and the situation and just, with your contacts. So are we moving into a society where we need video footage of things to believe people when they talk about this, or are we going to be more serious about allegations and kind of have those fully investigated before we move on to the next stage?
Number one, before I get started, please let me get through what I have to say, because I have a lot of thoughts organized in my mind, Sean.
You will go uninterrupted, my brother.
There you go. No, I don't think we need video footage to believe it. I don't think, we've been saying no Diddy since this happened. Like everyone has believed it. I think seeing the video just kind of makes it real. You know, you hear people saying that a lot. It makes it real. There's a lot to kind of unpack here, and I'm going to talk specifically about the situation that we witnessed. Is just like, number one, there's a huge power dynamic at play. You know, and I think that's what facilitated and allowed him to continue what he was doing for over 10 years with Cassie. I think the biggest thing though for me is that the reason we start talking about separating the art from the artist with this situation is because there's really only one other comparison. Like, you can't compare this to Ray Rice, you can't compare it to Chris Brown, you can't compare it to, like, the only comparison is R. Kelly. Like, video footage, something that clearly he did for a long time. Like, the hard part is with R. Kelly is he talked about what he was doing in his music.
In the music.
But yeah. I do think that at some point that we'll be able to separate his past catalog from what he did. I don't think professionally in the music industry, I don't think in any arena he's going to have a career moving forward. I think, and this is not a joke, like literally his apology sounded like something like he could put a beat to. It sounded so staged, and someone wrote it, and horrible PR work. That's a whole nother story. But I just don't think that moving forward that there's anything for him to do that people are gonna have an appetite to deal with. But the last thing I want to say is, you know, the thing that really concerns me is that now I'm hearing more and more stories, and it's like, well, damn, like, if people knew this stuff was happening, like, why is it all now just coming out? Because a lot of it is, and I'm not talking about the parties and like the drug use.
We know about the
stuff.
parties.
That stuff is normal in that kind of society. I'm talking about like breaking people's noses, slapping mothers, all this kind of stuff.
Blowing up
cars.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All this kind of stuff. Well, I'm talking the specific. Here it is. The specific violence against women.
That was your choice of words. Psychopath.
The specific violence against women that people, it seemed like they were okay with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the part. It's like, how many people who, like, it's gonna come out. It's a lot of people that we like, a lot of artists, you know, executives, and, you know what I'm saying, movie stars that knew, and it's gonna come to light. It's gonna really change the way we like view a lot of people moving forward. So that's the part that's, you know.
But I have a question for you. Not to, I'm sorry, I said I know I was going to interrupt, but what does a celebrity that knows about the situation do in those circumstances where you know that Diddy is abusing this young woman, and what platform do you go to be able to advocate for her? What avenue do you take? I pose that question to you.
Well, I think really what it boils down to is, I think he reached a point in his career where he didn't have people like. That's what I love about like this is going a little off topic. Like 50 said it best with him and Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Like I can say whatever I want to. We can not talk. Like he don't, like, I'm not reliant upon him for anything. You know? I think what happened is that Diddy created a universe in which a lot of people were reliant upon him, you know? And it takes a certain kind of person, even if you're relying upon somebody, to check them on their bullshit. And I don't think he had anybody. Like, I was literally asked a question like, all right, you have celebrity friends, you have rapper friends, you know, like, one, I'm gonna check you, and if you don't fix it, then we ain't gonna be cool no more. Like, but again, I said this before in this podcast. A lot of people will compromise themselves and their morals to be in certain rooms, to be in certain situations, to get to certain places. I'm not one of those people, and I think there wasn't many people like me in that orbit to say like, nah, this ain't cool. Like, if it means like I'm cut off, then I'm cut off. But it, you know, it is what it is. It's not. You ain't supposed to be beating on your girl, bro. Like, period. That's really what it boils down to.
Right.
Don't forget, like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff, man.
Yeah, push it out.
Don't forget.
Go in the comment section
About us. Give us some comments. We gonna engage with you. We gonna tell you how your takes are stupid and our takes are better. We're gonna tell you. As always.
Let it be known.
Thanks for tuning in. We done with this quick hitter. 22 twos. We out.